Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Almost Anything Goes podcast. It's your girl, Miranda, and with me are our crew. We have Stacey and Shenanigans Inc.
Hi, everybody.
Next, we have Marseille. Marseille makes the rebellious advocate.
Hey, y'all.
And last but never least, we have Orvin, God's favorite.
That's right. I'm God's favorite. You're God's favorite. We all God's favorite. Hey.
Today's episode is going to be a good one because if you've been scrolling online lately, you've probably seen those crazy headlines. You won't believe this one trick to shed pounds instantaneously. Guess what? We're going to dive into the truth behind those quick fix promises and why real lasting weight loss, and better yet, a healthy lifestyle is a whole entire journey. So grab your water and maybe some tea, get comfortable, and let's go get into it. First things first, we need to say this up front. There is no magic pill or shortcut that works for everybody. Weight loss, fitness, health, it all looks different for each and every one of us. So today, we're going to share our own journeys, tips, and what's worked for us. Whether you're just getting started, maybe you're trying to stay consistent. That'd be me. I'm raising my hand for consistency. Or we're just here to remind you, do not give up. It's about creating a lifestyle that's going to work for you. Not for your neighbor, but for you. All right, Stacey, I know you're our resident healthy eater and workout queen. So what's your take when people come to you looking for that one trick to drop pounds fast?
Listen, okay, let me qualify this. I'm not an expert here, but however, if I had $1 for every time somebody asked me about a quick fix, I would be so rich if I had the answer. Guys, listen, I would say consistency. I know you don't want to hear it. I don't even want to hear it. If there was a magic pill, I had to go somewhere for a week and I could just have the ultimate body that I wanted, I would do it. So I do see those headlines. I get excited. I'm scrolling and I'm like, what is the magic? Listen, it all circles back to you got to do the hard work. It is hard work. It is not easy. You have to be consistent and you have to embrace it like a lifestyle. It's not something that you could pick up and put down. You could, but for the best results that you want, it's not something that you could pick up and put down. It's something that you just have to adopt and embrace and incorporate in every aspect of your life. And beware of, I always say this, beware of the outside influences because you're going to have those too. So consistency, the ability to ignore peer pressure, and just making it a part of your lifestyle. That is the key. But if you find that magic pill, listen, I'll be honest, stop looking for the magic pill. That's the answer right there.
I love that, you all. Stop looking for the magic pill. And now we know that it's also about making sure that we're incorporating whole food, fresh foods when you are on this journey. However, I know, and I've heard it before, and you still hear it today, eating healthy can be expensive. So, is that fact or is that fiction?
I definitely believe it depends on what you define as eating healthy. If we're thinking of like a specific diet, like something like paleo, something like keto, something that you do have like dietary restrictions on, yes, that can get expensive. And also when I think of expensive, I think of how long does it take to make certain foods? How long does it take to meal prep? That is also added into expensiveness. So I think it just depends. A lot of people don't want to eat like frozen broccoli. They rather fresh broccoli, where that's a choice. They're both healthy, both good for you, both nutritious, but it just depends on what dietary choices you want to make.
But I like what you're saying. You're saying, listen, people, if you're in that expensive realm where you're thinking, oh, eating healthy is only expensive, then think of an alternative like frozen versus fresh. because frozen, you may end up seeing that it's a little bit less expensive with frozen versus fresh.
Yeah, and also if I don't have to cut up broccoli, I don't want to cut up broccoli. So frozen broccoli is perfect for that. It cuts out so much time. And again, when I think of money and expenses, I think of time. I don't like cutting up fresh broccoli.
That makes sense. What say you, God's favorite?
It can be. I'm going to say that's true, Marseille. I'm not the chef, bro. If I can find some money to have somebody meal prep, hey, happy as me. But we have to do the whole eating right thing. So all the working out and all the supplements and all of that, they do you some good, but they not going to do good alone. And we got to eat right, even though it can get a little bit more expensive. But reality, hey, people eating out, eating at a lot of restaurants, you got to put that in the budget. But what's important to you? Is your health important to you? Is a new lifestyle important to you? Do you want to see some changes? We put our money where we want to commit to. So if that's in shopping, if that's in shoes and clothes and things and electronics, whatever, you find a way to stand in line for the new iPhone or the new Samsung. So stand in line for the new bag of broccoli and the new bag of string beans. It's worth more. It's a better investment. So yeah, it can't get expensive, but I'm all for it if it's going to make me healthier and live a longer life.
And what so say you, Shenanigans Inc.?
Listen, you hit the nail on the head, God's favorite. It is where you want to spend your money. So I've been in that both worlds. I still today am in both worlds. I've meal prepped, and to Marseille's point, it saved me a whole bunch of time. It was somewhat expensive. However, I had to cut back someplace else, like going out to dinner, stopping for fast food, giving that favorite restaurant all my money. I said instead, I'm going to do meal prep instead. I saved on time, I saved on shopping for groceries. And again, like I said, you got to make it part of your lifestyle. So it was a little bit easier for me to pick up a meal prep item after a workout versus cutting up the broccoli because I knew that my behavior, that was never going to happen. So again, you got to know yourself, know what's of value. And if you want to save time, and like I said, if you're not a chef, meal prep might be the way to go. And I've done it the other way. I've saved money by going shopping at the supermarket as well too, versus again, going out. So it's depending on where you find and what you find important.
Oh, that is very good. And especially when you're saying going out grocery shopping, Stacey, just because really you all need to get out in your neighborhoods too. And I know you're like, but can we just order it online? Listen, you can order it online, but it's tacked with cost. It's more expensive when you're ordering it online. Then you get out in your local neighborhoods to see where truly is the good deals. All good healthy food is not expensive. It just depends on where you're getting it from. There are some places it's going to be like, even if you're talking about avocado, if you get it from certain places, not to be named, that avocado may be $5. You go down to whatever your discount store, ours would be Aldi's, you may get that thing for $2 versus $5. There is a big, huge difference. So please, you all, go out in the neighborhoods to find the better deals. Yes, online is convenient, but it's tacked with extra cost. Now, Marseille, I know you take this whole approach to heart, but you come with a different approach. And that approach normally for you is about loving yourself. So tell us a little bit about your take.
Yeah, so as someone who has struggled with eating in many different ways, whenever I think about wellness of my whole body and things like that, I have to make sure that I am doing it for myself as a way of self-love and self-care versus, which did happen before, doing certain things because I didn't feel good enough or worthy enough, especially when it comes to like exercise. I remember I would be in the gym twice a day and maybe an hour and a half each time. And I was in there because it was all rooted out of like self-hate and I just don't feel good. I don't look good. There's all these negatives. However, as I grew up, got out of college and everything like that, I switched things around to where it is more of an appreciation. So the things that I eat, it's okay. Does this fill me up? Does this make me feel good? This, that, and the other, like more on the positive side of things. Because again, I looked at it for a long time as a way to punish myself. It was brutal. It was bad. It didn't end well at all. It was hard to stay consistent because it was so negative the way that I was doing it. And also thinking about financial things too when it comes to eating. I can't follow a certain diet. I just have to eat whatever my body wants in that moment. So I keep my fridge stocked with a whole bunch of other things. I don't put on restrictions of eating, because if I do, I just won't eat. And that's not good. That's not healthy. So I do have to take a very different approach when it comes to health and wellness, just because of my brain and how things work up in there. It's not as easygoing as it is for other people.
Wow.
That's
Wow,
really
really.
good. Yeah.
It really is. Some of the things that you touched on, I want to say a love-hate relationship with myself. I've been up and down, for those watching, and I'm sure some of you out there can agree with this. I've been up and down my weight since I was like 6 years old. And I know you're like, how was you up and down since 6 years old? Because it was a corner store across the street from my apartment building, and they had honey buns, popsicles, cookies, ice cream sandwiches. You see all that good stuff, that good sugary stuff, all that processed food I just named. And every chance I get, most kids be like, oh, mama, can I go? Nah, I know how to save my pennies and my piggy bank and all my quarters, and I had a good snack every day. And so everywhere since 6 years old up until this current year, I've been up and down with my weight. I've struggled with eating correctly. And I call it a love-hate relationship, because we get those moments where we get too depressed and we start eating, and or we're going through something and we like, oh, I sure could use a piece of chocolate cake. And sometimes you could. But loving yourself means, what is the best version of you for me? So whatever that looks like, I had to change the game. So I had to pick up something that I enjoyed. I didn't like exercising. I didn't like going to the gym with a partner at first. I was like, why people want to do this? This ain't fun. Beat myself up to the point of that I can't walk tomorrow. Why do I want to do that? So I had to find something even within the exercise that I enjoyed and I thought was exciting. So I picked up strength training. I picked up body recompositioning, I should say, from legs to upper body to total body to sit-ups. But that's for me. And I know you like, oh, but the workout routine says 20 minutes a day. 20 minutes a day don't always get it done. But you got to start somewhere. So start there. Find something that makes you excited. I like lifting weights. I like the results that are showing up. If I could just get rid of that sugar problem for me, it will be even more results. So when you start to see the results, and it takes time, people, don't beat yourself up so bad. Just get started and then stay in it. And things will begin to change. Love yourself more. You will get stronger mentally. You will get stronger physically. You will start to eat better because you want to be the best version of you.
Oh, I
Yes.
love that. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, I wanted to jump in because something that reminded me of something, the chocolate cake specifically. So there are times where I crave chocolate cake, and if I had a chocolate cake in front of me, I would probably eat the whole cake. However, I have also practiced intuitive eating, which is really important. It's really cool. The sense of, I will eat a slice of cake, take a step away, process. Okay, is this slice of cake enough? So then I'm not necessarily just eating an entire cake. My family knows I love bread. I could literally eat so much bread, but I really do have to stop myself and say, wait, am I full or not? So that's also something to add into like the loving yourself and caring about yourself in that way.
Mm-hmm.
Good point. I
That's
love that.
good.
I love, first of all, that you're saying, even in the intuitiveness, first of all, you all, let me just say, let's back up for a second. Y'all don't have to always buy the whole entire cake. You can buy a slice of cake and then practice intuitive eating. Because if you have a whole cake, listen, take it from a person who understands. If I have a whole cake in my house, that's going to be a problem. So start. So if you are a whole cake eater, buy a slice. And I know, buy a slice, not 5 slices, buy a slice. Practice what Marseille just said, intuitive eating that way. Now, listen, if you're already at your slice of cake, don't buy any cake then. Go a couple of weeks without cake. You have to try different methods and stop looking at your neighbor, because what your neighbor is doing does not mean it's going to work for you. You have to find your own path. It's okay to try different things, but find your own path. I wanted to circle back around, or when you were talking about strength training, and Stacey, I know a lot of women who are just afraid of strength training. So, could you tell us why women shouldn't be afraid of it?
I was one of those individuals. Like you, women sometimes think, oh my God, I'm going to pick up these weights and I'm going to lose my feminine look and feel and all that jazz. In working with and talking to a trainer, strength training is the best thing for women because, again, it helps you build your muscles all in the right places now. Mixed with eating correctly, you can still maintain your womanly, feminine look However, strength training keeps you healthy, keeps your bones healthy, keeps you, how can I say, cinched where you want to be cinched. It does help, and it does help as you get younger and younger and younger. You need to lift, because I refuse to say older and older, but you continue to build those muscles and keep like bone density up. It continues to keep us toned in all the right places. Heavy weights, women, are your best friend. It helps you continue to manage your weight. It keeps you toned in all the right places. You can do things like body recomposition. So if you're working with a trainer, and it does, I know trainers can be expensive, but you can also utilize them for like consultation purposes. You can ask them the right questions. You don't necessarily have to have multiple sessions with them, but they can guide you in what to use, what weights to use, what to lift, how many minutes. There's a mix between cardio and heavy weights that you should know about, ladies. It's important that you know what that mix is for you. Orvin and Marseille touched on it. For you. Miranda, you touched on it. It's for you. Things have to be designed specifically for you. So that whole looking at the social media person who's ripped and got muscles everywhere, and you're going, oh, I don't want to look that muscular. What it works for you. You just need to find the right combination. So again, stop looking at your neighbor. And neighbors, if you are somebody's neighbor and you're fit, stop pushing your agenda on them. That's the other thing. Stop pushing your agenda on them. If they come to you for advice, give them advice. Lead them to where they need to be, not tell them to do exactly this and that, because each plan is different. It's different for everybody. So I hope that
Oh,
helps. Heavy weights, women, help you burn calories and build muscle. You need heavy weights in your life. That's the X factor. If you're looking for a magic pill and working out, heavy weights will help you with that balance mixed with cardio.
And to piggyback on her, gentlemen, stop being afraid of leg day, because those are your biggest muscles in your body and you burn a lot of calories. So get those legs strong and start walking around with chicken legs and big upper bodies. All right, there we go.
I love it.
No.
A call to the men. No
Mm-hmm.
more chicken legs. You can build those legs. And a call to the women, because just like he said, leg day, because they're large muscles, that's a great day for that fat burning, calorie burning. And 100%, I am so in agreement. I love what you said, Stacey. Listen, ladies, it is. She said, she called it the X factor. If you want that X factor, you want to stay. Listen, some of y'all may not be cinched yet, but if you want to get cinched and you want to stay cinched, then you need to incorporate it. And yes, there are some people out there, I understand. You're just like, where do I start? She gave you great advice. It almost sounded, you know what it reminded me of? Rent a trainer. Rent a trainer, 1-800 rent a trainer. Hey.
Hey, don't give them our
But
idea.
but be wise. Do the consultation. Do your research. And no, it's not a magic pill. It's going to be different, just like everyone has said, for everyone. So listen, you all, we have talked about getting some fresh food, whole food, self love, strength training.
Mhm.
How about hydration? Some people just refuse to drink enough H2O. Sometimes you think you're hungry when actually you're thirsty. So you could be dehydrated. Keep a bottle of water near you at all times.
Mhm.
Add on to the hydration train we're on right now, I do also want to say that I personally, I need extra electrolytes. So I will sometimes put like a 8 ounces of Powerade into my water bottle or something like that, or I'll add like electrolyte drops into that to help with the hydration. And also, sometimes we might need supplements. So I don't like a lot of protein supplements because they come with sucralose, stevia, monk fruit extract, all those things. But I do have a couple of protein shakes where those are eliminated, and that helps me a lot for like breakfast, and also just keeping one on me in case I'm just in a rush and I don't have time to necessarily eat lunch. So don't it's okay. Protein shakes are good. Just make sure you're not eating a protein shake for every single meal. You need a little bit more than that most of the time, but it's also a great way to get in your vitamins, nutrients, other things that might be missing. Yeah. I think that's okay. It's just really hard to find a protein shake or protein bar that you might like, but there's so many on the market right now. So definitely give that a try to hit some protein goals, because I just can't get enough chicken or meat in a day to meet my protein goals. So I do have to add on a protein shake or
And
a protein bar.
it's very good. And especially if you're a vegetarian or vegan, you definitely need to make sure that you do hit protein goals. So, whatever your protein goals, you all please don't skip on protein, however, you need to get it. Of course, we're talking about a healthy, well balanced diet. So, it comes with more than just like Marseille said, more than just proteins, but also you all supplements. You all out here are walking around with no, first of all, some of y'all just eating processed foods, and you don't have a vitamin to boot. You not. Some of y'all don't even eat vegetables. I'm just saying. So I'm just like, you all, supplements are important too. Now, every supplement isn't created equal, and that's why we're really trying to spread here that you have to try different things. Just what works for Orvin may not work for me. What works for Stacey may not work for me. Maybe what works for Stacey will work for Marseille. You just never know. So do not feel, because some people get discouraged when they look at their neighbor and they like, ooh, my neighbor doing this, and then they try it and do jack for them, and then they get so discouraged they give up. That's where we do not want you at. So definitely, supplements is important. If you don't know, you can always speak to your doctor. But y'all, have y'all experienced this before? I talk to my doctor. I love my doctor. Don't get me, I have a couple of them. The one that I'm thinking about, all doctors don't know about supplemental support. They went to school for what they went to school for, but you all, unless it's a medicine health type of doctor, all doctors don't. And I'm sorry, but it's the truth, because my doctor was asking me some stuff, and I was sitting there looking like, but you the doctor. You the doctor. Yes, I exercise and I'm working it out and I'm doing a whole lot of great things, but you the doctor. You should know about this stuff. I should be asking you. So just know that. Do not be discouraged. Keep going.
Totally agree. The other thing I wanted to bring, one thing I want to bring up is social media. We are all on social media, guys. Listen, social media is not real all the time. So don't use that as your gauge when you are comparing the same thing. Don't compare yourself to your neighbor. Don't compare yourself to that star that has $1 million, that has a chef at his or her disposal, that has a trainer with them 7 days a week, that has all this time. No, don't compare yourself to that, and don't fall into that social media trap, because everything is not true. You know it. You just got finished editing a photo of yourself. You know it. You know it. It's not true. Your health is for you. It's personal. Do what is right for you. Your body type, you want to look like X, you may be taking two different paths. So just know that social media should not be your map, should not be your guide to everything. Everything on social media is not real.
Look, I totally 1000% agree with that. Social media will have you fooled for both men and women. You need to learn to give yourself some grace. I don't want to mention those stars' names, but when you see these celebrities with these banging bodies and these 8-minute abs, bruh, they put in the work for real. Even with the men out here thinking that you're going to get this immediate result. Results aren't immediate when this has to be, I say Shenanigans ain't said it earlier, a lifestyle change. You can't be afraid to do this if you want something better for yourself. Men start getting on your health journey. Women start getting. Look, I want to say something to the fellas real quick, because men are quick to want. I have 3 beautiful women on this panel, and men put so much weight on women to look a certain way. I'm glad that these women that I know are doing it for themselves. And so, women, take heed. Do this for yourself. Want a better life for yourself, because men gonna put weight on you to have you look a certain way, and then his 8 beers are in his belly that evening and he ain't looking the way that you want him to look. And I'm not saying this is for every man, every brother out there, but bro, we put a lot of pressure on women to look a certain way and want standards set in that department. Give them the standards that you want for yourself. So get on your health journey. Want to live longer, go to the doctor. You heard Miranda say she got doctors. Go to the doctors, get yourself checked, do what you need to do, get in the gym. If you ain't got time to get to the gym, buy one of these apps out here. It's 18 million apps that'll send you on a health journey for big brothers, for small brothers, for skinny brothers, for brothers that ain't got time in the day. You only got 10 minutes to work out. It's apps for everything. Like, this is just the world that we live in. Lift some weights, do some sit-ups, do some shadow boxing, do something simple. Just start somewhere. I can't express that enough, how you just got to start the journey to get it going. I remember back in the day, and I'm gonna say this real quick, that one of the videos that I used to exercise to along my health journey used to say, just press play. Just press play. And I'm like,
That's
and I
good.
kept that in my mind all these years. Like, even when you're at home and you're with your significant other or your brother, your sister, your mom, whoever, just press the play button to get something in for the day, to get yourself going for the day, so you can start to get that mental and that physical change. Commit to a better lifestyle.
Mhm.
Oh, thank you. I love that. Now, Stacey and Orvin, can you give us a quick rundown of your own health journeys?
Wow.
I know. Me too, Stacey. I was like, she said quick. I said 6 years
Wow.
old. For
Mm,
those that are listening.
yeah.
Go ahead, Stacey.
All right. It's been a journey, I tell you that, and I'm still on the journey. It's a continuous journey. Let's see, it started, I would say, high school, playing basketball. So it was a little bit easier back then. I had a faster metabolism. And I was playing sports. I would say I went to a friend of mine who is a fitness instructor, and I said to her literally these words, and if people see this, my thighs are keeping me up at night. That sounds trivial, but I was like, what am I doing? At some point I realized that I needed help to say this. So I would say journey started through high school, continued through college to maintain fitness. And then when I got out of college and started working, it was really hard because you have to work, and you were part of a fitness team back then, so you didn't have that in your schedule. So had to find a workout routine, found a workout routine. And my goal was to keep my weight balanced and look healthy, stay toned, stay fit. So I had to change my eating habits. That was the major thing. So I was the person working out, and this may be you, but I was that person that thought I can outrun a bad diet. So I had to change my diet, and that's when it all began, and it all became a lifestyle. I had to put down, sorry, Pepsi, but I was hooked on Pepsi. Let me tell you, I had to put that down. And for you guys, you're looking for a silver bullet, put down the soda. That'll give you 10 pounds right there instantly. 10 pounds gone. So then it started to continue, and I started working out on a daily basis, and basically 4 times a week, weekends, no weekends, and I changed the way I eat. So I started to eat that protein, vegetable, and a carb. However, carbs in the morning, no carbs at night. And the other piece was not eating after 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. So full circle journey that I continue to do. I continue to struggle with it, guys. I continue to have cheat days, and I get right back up and I get right back on the horse and I keep going. But I will tell
Yes.
you that your journey does not end. It will not end until I end, but it will not end. It's an ongoing thing, and it's a lifestyle now.
I love it. Thank you for sharing that. And what about you, Orphan?
I'm going to tell you, the biggest thing that started it for me throughout my journey is seeing an old picture of yourself somewhere, or not of your old self, but like after you lost a couple of pounds and you'd be like, hey, ain't nobody tell me I was that big. And I'm just talking about for the larger variety size of people. So it helps you to keep it in your mindset to keep going. But like I said, I've always been dealing with my weight issues since I was like 6 years old. It was up and down, and I never did this thing to look better for other people. But if I always hate being called, hey, big man, or boy, you big, you know what I'm saying, or teddy bear. I don't want that to be the standard of my life. I don't mind being a larger stature guy, but let it be muscle. Like that's my journey. So it could be a million things that you're dealing with within your mind, that you're going through with your own health journey. Got diagnosed. I'm a black man. Got diagnosed with high blood pressure. So I don't want to be on pills for the rest of my life. I don't want hypertension. I don't want diabetes. We're in the black community. We eat a lot of soul food. Like I said, I love sugar. So I don't want that to turn into type 1 or type 2 sugar. So I have to do these things to get my life in order to live a long, healthy life. And even though I told y'all, look at my beautiful face, I'm 103 years old. You can't look this way without actually going through the health journey. So Even today, me and my exercise partner, my beautiful wife, today was leg day, folks. And let me tell you, my butt still hurts. I'm sitting in this chair right now, even while I'm telling you about my health journey, and my health journey is in my glutes. My glutes are to the max. I said my glutes are to the max. Like, they hurt, bro. Like, brothers, don't be afraid to get on your journey. You got to start somewhere. Get you a partner. Talk to somebody. I know, look, men don't like asking questions. They only like asking for directions. Ask somebody, man. Look, put us something in the comments. I'll answer them privately, publicly, whatever, just to start to get your journey going. Taking these supplements, taking recovery formulas. This stuff takes work. It takes effort, but it takes a strong mind to want to be in a different place. I've been up and down. Like I said, this journey, it didn't start yesterday. And honestly, I know I say I'm 103, but I'm not ashamed of my age. I'm 45 years old. So I'm like, I've been doing this thing up and down since I was in my 20s. So I'm like, I did exercise plans. I took pills. I took medicine. I took power shakes. All did all until I found out what works for me. So just get started on your health journey if you haven't started yet. And if you're in it, stay committed to it.
Oh, thank you for sharing that. Thank you so much. Now, Marce, I remember there was a time that I thought you were never going to cook. And now you can throw down in the kitchen. So, from a health standpoint, tell us why food choices matter.
Food choices matter a lot. And I do want to put a caveat in here because I am currently at a state in my life where unfortunately I can't cook as often. It takes too much energy out of my day to day as someone who struggles with just chronic things going on within my body. So I'm not cooking as much as I used to, but food choices still matter, even in that. So the food that I have in my fridge, even though it's not anything that I need to do heavy cooking with, it's things that are quick and easy, fill me up, help me. I don't keep track of like my macros or calories or anything like that, but I know that the food that I'm eating isn't like honey buns. It isn't Cheetos. It isn't Dorito. It's things that will fill me up and keep me going. So food choices are really important. I remember growing up, I ate a lot of processed foods for many different reasons. All of those, I didn't know any better. No one really knew better. So when I went to college, that's when I was able to switch my diet around. Thanks to college, I was able to get like the salad bars, buffets, it's healthier food, even though it's not like labeled as healthy food. It is healthier food, like baked chicken or something like that, rather than going over to KFC, getting fried chicken. So even those little choices, even though I love fried chicken, it is delicious. I can't eat that every day, especially because I have really bad acid reflux. So my food choices matter in the sense of how my body runs. If I want a nice, happy body, I have to be very mindful of what I am eating every day because, again, eating the chips, the candy, yes, there are moments where I crave those things. And at one point, I would eat the entire bag of like gummy worms or something like that. I'd wake up the next day, I'd be dehydrated, I'd be tired, unhappy, all of these things that come with it. And that's just something that I've had to learn. And I am still learning with my body and the food choices that make my body feel good and the food choices that make my body feel nasty, like eating an entire chocolate cake.
Thank you for sharing that. Stacey, what is the weirdest fitness or diet trend you have tried or you were tempted to try?
The weirdest one was, it may not be weird, but it was weird for me because I don't like drinking things like medicine, anything like that. I prefer a pill form. You guys heard of Slim Fast, right? I did a crash diet of Slim Fast one summer. It was I never want to see chocolate milk, chocolate anything in a glass again. It was horrible. However, I dropped the pounds, but instantly once I stopped, I gained it right back, plus some. But that was like the weirdest thing I've tried. It was exercising Slim Fast. It was horrible. Ugh.
Oh, wow.
Sorry,
That's pretty interesting.
sorry,
I
Slim
bet you
Fast, but
if you ask some of us, we'd be like, we done tried the cabbage. Stacey, that's pretty good.
that's good.
Because we probably done tried the cabbage. What is it? The cabbage diet, the eat no nothing diet.
Is that you eat just cabbage the whole time?
I think so,
Oh
like some
God.
cabbage soup. I think I tried.
The
I
one
think I
with
done tried.
Can you
the
eat
cayenne
cabbage
pepper.
today?
Uh-huh.
You still eat cabbage? It's like, wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, that's good because people out here trying some Like I never tried to heard about the lemonade diet and so many y'all stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Oh, and fruit. Fruit was another thing. When you just eat
The fruit
fruit.
diet,
Ugh.
just eat fruit.
Mhm.
Now, Orvin,
Mm-hmm.
what is your go-to hype song that gets you moving when you don't feel like working out?
Well, see, hype song. I don't ever feel like working out. Let's start there, right there. No. I know y'all laugh, but the truth of the
That's
matter,
real.
the truth of
That's
the matter
real.
is, the problem is the great thing is I like the results. So you got to find out what motivates you to get you moving. Because at first, when you first started the process in this health journey, I was like, why am I doing this? And my muscles still jingle, jingle, jingling, like. So I'm like, until the muscles start forming, then I was like, okay, I got this now. That I work out at least 5 days a week, maybe five, anywhere to 5 to 7. But that's for me because I like to see the results, and I still also like cookies. That's another story in its own self. But back to your initial question, which was, what's my go-to song? I have a go-to playlist.
So what's on your go-to? Tell us a little. Give us a little
I give you
inside
the
peek.
artists because they violent rap songs, and it's some Lil Wayne, it's some Jay-Z, it's Rick Ross, it's Ludacris, and it's like it has to be something with a upbeat tempo to be like even some Eminem in the South Park. Like it's gotta be something that's to make you say, if I hit this bag, I'm gonna bust this bag today. You gotta hype you to. That's what I do when it's time to go. You put them headphones in and you just shut off everything negative. You shut off all the depression for the day. You shut off all the work for the day or that you're about to encounter. Like for those of us that exercise in the morning, because something coming. So get yourself prepared mentally, whatever it takes to get yourself motivated. So I got a playlist. It's rap music. Like I might have to share it on Apple Music for those. Look, I ain't trying to get them no credit. Get shared on Apple Music so other people can see my workout playlist. But I'm an older guy, so I got more 2000s, probably in the 90s. That's 1900s for this generation. Okay, the later music is. I don't listen to nothing that. Nothing wrong with the artists today. I just don't listen to their music. But yeah, rap music.
Thank you, Stacey. What is your go-to hype music?
I can hear it right now. Eminem, Lose Yourself. I'm a Monster. Jay-Z, Rick Ross, Nicki Minaj. Yes, come on.
All right. Anybody
50
that know
Cent.
me
I can't
know
leave
that
out
I
50
don't
Cent.
know none of this.
You sure don't know any of it.
I don't know any of this.
And you
But
should keep
y'all
it that
do
way.
what y'all need to do to get hype.
50 Cent.
Do you have any, Marseille?
Tons.
Oh.
I am the opposite to where I do listen. Okay. I listen to a lot of current music, not necessarily mainstream music, but the one mainstream artist I know is in my playlist for when I am moving or doing like a certain activity. I do a lot of dancing too, is exercise, which is great exercise, just like really moving your body around. So Megan Thee Stallion, her music is on that playlist. Absolutely no doubt about that. She's one of my favorite artists.
All right. Before we wrap up, we talked a lot about sugar, and I want to circle back around. Y'all, sugar like crack, and we need y'all to put the crack down. Now, I know that we sitting here talking and we saying be mindful, and instead of a whole entire piece of cake, get a slice of cake. We mean that, but we also would be
Remiss.
wrong if we did not tell y'all sugar is like crack, and we need you to put down the crack. Crack is killing us, y'all. Now, does anyone want to share about sugar before we?
Sure, I'll keep it quick. That's even the replacement sugars. Put them all down. Okay, when you're starting out, you have to take in the mindset that quitting cold turkey anything is extremely difficult. But even when Stacey was talking about one of the weirdest diets, we did a blood sugar detox like years ago, and even for 10 days, when you kick the stuff out of the sugar out of your bloodstream, you get like headaches for 3 days. If you think about if it's doing this to you and you don't see what it's doing bad to you, when you remove it, you like, why am I feeling so? That you feel great after the fact, but shouldn't nothing you removing something from your system shouldn't cause you to have headaches for 3 days. So yes, it is cracked. It's not good for you. Wean it off and wean it out. That's it, real simple. Even the ones that they say are the replacements, use the replacements temporarily. If you can avoid them too, avoid those too. Use honey as a sweetener. Raw honey.
And not a lot, y'all.
And not a lot. Don't get hooked on that either.
Stacey, would you like to share about sugar?
Reduce the alcohol because that has its sugar content as well too. So just make sure you are thinking of that as well when you're going through your fitness journey too. Not socially, everybody, not everybody, but you may want to drink socially, but we're saying reduce the intake of alcohol as well.
1000%. When you're talking about some of those things, sugar, you're wondering why you're bloated. It could be dairy, it could be bread. Those are things that you need to be cognizant of. No, if you're just starting out, we're not saying just drop it like it's hot. We're not saying that. We're just saying if you're just starting out on this health journey, reduce, reduce, reduce. If you've been on your health journey and you still seriously consuming sugar, we are just doing a PSA announcement. Sugar's like crack. We don't want you addicted to sugar. And God's favorite is going to get off of his crack addiction too.
It's like,
Remember that not everyone's fitness journey needs to be losing weight. It's not always about losing weight. For me, that's not my goal at all, because I know what happens when I get into that mindset. It is about my body being able to move freely in the way that I want with no pain. It's about being strong, keeping shenanigans being said earlier, like keeping your muscles strong. So as you age, you're not deteriorating. It's literally about the wellness of your whole body. And also, being thin does not mean you are fit.
1000%.
Say it again
Yeah.
for the people in the back, please.
There's so much more to fitness than our weight. It fluctuates all the time. It's much more than that.
Thank you for sharing that. Very powerful, because you're right. It's not just about what, and if you really start focusing on how much you weigh, you can go down a rabbit hole, which you don't want to do. It's about being healthy, whatever healthy is for you, and continuously improving. So where you were last year, you should be in a better place this year. And it's okay if you're not. We're going to say, get in a better place today. People think that, oh, I just ate a honey bun, so I gotta start tomorrow. No, we don't care that you just ate a honey bun, but guess what? For dinner, you can have salad. Stop thinking you can't matriculate. Stop thinking that you can't grow. You messed up, fine, or you had your cheat time, you had your treat time, whatever you want to call it. It does not mean you have to throw away the whole day. People think you're throwing away, because I know I used to do that. Oh, I just start tomorrow. No. Start now, regardless of what you just did. Start now and keep on. You're going to fail, and that's okay. You fail enough, success is coming, okay? 409. What is it? 409? How many times? The number 409, the cleaner, y'all. The cleaner is labeled 409 because it took 408 times before they got to 409. You're going to fail. It is 100% okay. Get back up. Period. End of discussion. You can do this. Get a group. Get some people in your corner. Wait, we in your corner. Drop a line. Drop a line. We're in your corner. We're all in this journey together. Whew, y'all, that was a good one.
That was good. Before we wrap up, don't forget to follow us on YouTube, drop us a comment, share your health journey with us, or tell us what's been working for you.
And hey, if you're loving the podcast, hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a little encouragement today.
All right, y'all. That's a wrap on today's episode. You won't believe this one. Trick to shed pounds instantly. Spoiler alert. As you've heard, it's not one trick. It is a consistent journey.
Listen, we're right here with you every step of the way. Until then, stay curious, keep exploring. See you on the next The Almost Anything Goes podcast.